We wrap up our Winter AD podcast today as the regular season completes this week. Today we're talking all things Princeton Vikings with AD Joe Roberts. Coach, how are we doing this morning?
Hey, Rob, it is, winter's still here. It's a beautiful day outside. The sun's shining, but man, is it cold.
It's a little
But we're
chilly.
moving into spring. We're a day closer.
The geese are back, and I think they're probably wondering why they came back so early. They're probably freezing, but I think spring's around the corner, Joe.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
Well, let's start off with the boys because they had their draw
Yeah.
yesterday. It's an exciting time for boys and girls to start their tournament run, the OHSAA. Uh, the Vikings got the 2 seed, and first of all, congratulations on that because it was an excellent season. I think they got the I think they got the seeding that they deserved,
Yeah.
and they're going to do the play-in game versus Mason Comets at Lakota West Friday, Feb 21 at 7:30. Let's talk boys basketball to start the show.
Yeah, absolutely, Rob. So I'll start off with this. Hats off to Coach Wyant, his entire staff, our freshman JV varsity basketball teams. Hats off to our middle school basketball teams. Just continuing to grind and be strong representatives of the Vikings. Um, it was probably fate or a kiss of death. I don't know which one. Coach Wyant and I were talking Friday morning, and we came to this realization that we did not lose a basketball game in the month of January, and that was great. But you start to feel this pressure, right? This
Yes.
this idea of I don't know. We're into this sense of you got to win kind of mentality. Well, we go out and we played extremely hard Friday night against Oak Hills. Oak Hills is traditional Oak Hills, slow it down, play
Yep.
the right game. They're
Methodical.
great shooters, old school philosophies. And Coach Price had the team ready to go, and they got us. And so that puts us tied because Fairfield wins. So now we're tied in the league. There is a ton of basketball left in this season. When I say that, we have 2 regular season games left. Tuesday night, we have to travel to Lakota East, which we know what that's going to be like.
Amen.
And then we're going to turn around and then we're going to go over to Fairfield Friday night. And it's going to be an all out battle. But it's really interesting on how they prepare themselves from the start of the season back in the fall
Okay.
till right around the fall break, if you will. They conditioned for 62 or 63 days. And then he gives the kids time off.
Okay.
And then we roll into the season. And from the time that season began till the winter break, till that December Christmas holiday break, it was 62 or 63 days. And then he gave them a period of time off. And now we're coming into this last week of the season, and it's been 62 or 63 days. And it's really interesting how these things fall into play for us because not only that, but our school itself is on a little bit of break leading into the President's Day weekend.
Ah,
So we're going to battle it out on Friday. We're just going to get it done Tuesday, and we're going to go battle it Friday. And then he's giving them a little bit of time off to kind of rest and heal and just get away from the game a little bit, but not only for the players, but for our coaches to kind of break it down, which is why it's so intentional for us to get into that bracket and play that game early.
mm,
The play-in game, if you will,
makes
the
sense.
district quarterfinal game, with the way this new format is. So, position-wise, I think we're in really good shape. You're right. It did fall the way it's supposed to be. We earned the 2 seed.
I agree.
Things came into play the way they are. We are extremely excited, looking forward to the end of February, rolling right into March and what can happen.
Joe, I know it's early, but how do you like the new system as far as seating with, I'll call it RPI and the way it was
Yeah,
plotted? What are your
yeah.
thoughts? Do you like
So
it?
I went up to Lakota West yesterday and just sat with Scott Kaufman, who
Yeah.
runs the Division I tournament, but he's also one of the basketball administrators, coordinators, if you will. Helps Doug Ute out
Well,
at
he's
the
been doing it a long
OHSAA.
time, hasn't he?
He has, and all 6 districts have a rep. The district athletic boards have a rep that are helping coordinate basketball. What I love is I love the fact that the district boards get to look at things a little bit different and the creativity of it. Um, I'm not 100% sure that 7 was the right number. However, it fell out good in football, and we've made that work. It was a great, successful fall in terms of the numbers of divisions for volleyball and soccer. Um, the difference is that it's going to be different. Those of us that have been going to the state basketball tournament since 1986 and some before that, we enjoyed that 12-game session. We enjoyed watching the semifinals and then the finals.
Sure.
Now you just got to look at it different. You're going to have to pick and choose what state semifinal or how many state semifinals you can catch if you're able to get to any of those to come into a 2-day format for the state finals. So across the state, I think it's really going to be interesting to see. But it's a great time of year. It's a great format. No different than in football. You know, you can't watch all 14 state semifinal games. You know, you can't do unless you sit at home and you're able to do it on TV, but you can't catch all of those live, especially with the fact that we went to all Fridays.
Right.
You know, but it's still going to be exciting. I mean, the game is exciting. I think there's just a lot of neat twists that we can put on it. So for the boys and the girls tournaments, it's going to be, I really feel good about where they're going with it.
That's exciting. Well, let's see how it unfolds, and we'll bring it up early on in our spring shows and see what you think. And good stuff. Good luck to the boys this week. Tough week, and then getting ready for tournament. So we'll wish them well, and good luck this week. Let's go to the girls' side. What a season they're having, as usual. I know we talked about their tournament draw last show, but my goodness, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like they might be on a 10-game winning streak, maybe.
10-game win streak, you know, and great way to close out the regular season this past Saturday at Fairfield. Once again, got a lot of kids opportunity to be on the floor and play a lot of minutes. A lot of the younger kids got some of our starters a little bit of rest that they need. Hats off to D. Davis. Hats off to Coach Davis. Hats off to our kids. Again, our JV varsity girls basketball players and our middle school. What a heck of a way to represent the Vikings, finishing second in the league, but behind a pretty darn good Mason team. You know, I don't know if I can say that with a smile on my face or not, but what the heck.
Sure.
You know, so here we go. We're going to roll right into the tournament again. And as you and I were talking about earlier, I mean, our path is really a good path.
Right.
The ball has to bounce right for everybody. You still got to make shots. You still got to defend. You still got to, you know, play the game. But you look at some things and, you know, going back to a little bit about this format, what makes this, again, different, especially in Division I, you're playing a single game and then you're running for a district title. And how important is that for so many programs to be able to say, I'm a game away from a district championship, especially if you're a young program or a building program. So when you look at areas like that, like everybody's starting to fight in there and claw for a chance to cut nets down, because we're still cutting nets down in the district finals. We're still recognizing those championships. They're getting medals and trophies. So I really like where Coach Davis placed herself on the bracket, because, again, that path to get out of Fairfield and get to UD can really be played out if you do it correctly, you know?
No question.
And so, you know, I know that Kettering Fairmont's in front of them. I know Mount Notre Dame's sitting there in front of them. There's a lot of great basketball that's going to be in front of the Lady Vikes, but man alive, are they playing and starting to grind at the right time. And they're playing hard basketball, Rob. They really are. They're getting up and down the floor. They're getting in people's grill, and they're doing the things they needed to do. That it maybe took some time for this team to gel a little bit. You know,
that happens.
It does happen because we're super, super talented.
Yep. And
now we're looking forward for that stretch run.
Yeah, good luck to them as well. Let's go to this smaller hardwood. Let's talk bowling, give the fans an update on Viking bowling.
Yeah, you know, Viking bowling is just gearing up here this week. We've got some great matches to close out the regular season. Lost a tough one to Wyoming on Friday. You know, hats off. Make sure when you talk to Matt Weber, you tell him we're really proud of him putting it to us like that. I didn't see him at Gilmore, Rob. You can remind him of that.
I didn't know that.
But, you know, tomorrow we'll host Northwest in a non-league. And then we'll have our senior night on Thursday with Lakota East over there at Gilmore. And then we'll head over to Western Bowl on Saturday morning, and we'll participate in the GMC Conference Clash. And this is a critical point, again, because you're looking at individual bowlers that are looking to put some scores together, looking for some all-conference recognition, but trying to garner that momentum, because next week we enter into, on Tuesday and Thursday, respectfully, we'll be in sectionals for boys and girls, and we've got to figure out how we're going to shoot our way from an individual perspective to qualify into districts. And so just looking forward to watching some pins fall down this weekend or this week, and then seeing what we can do next week at Row House.
Yeah, sounds great. Good luck to them. Let's go AQT. Let's see. That season's winding down. GMC tournament this weekend on Saturday, and looks like they host West tonight, which is a makeup from back in January, and then travel to Coleraine to wrap up the regular season. So AQT's winding up, and it looks like it's been a progression this year, and they're getting better, and hopefully they have a nice showing in the GMC tournament.
They will, Rob. I will touch on this past Monday. We hosted Hamilton for our senior night, and we had four seniors participate. And what was interesting about all four seniors, it was either their first or second year ever on the team.
That's great.
And you sit back and you listen to what they're doing academically and where their futures are going. I think of Akak Patel, just for an example. He's applied to 32 different schools. He's waiting for Harvard to say yes. He's been accepted to Princeton, Stanford, Yale, first year ever on the AQT team. And then I sit there as a parent of a former AQT player whose daughter graduated last year. I sit there and say, where were you kids the last three? Because we could have really used you along the way. But, Coach Mulholland is going to finish this season out really making up that match with West and getting that done. And then we're going to head over there to Hamilton on Saturday. Saturday's going to be a busy day. We've got GMC Wrestling. We've got GMC Bowling. We've got GMC AQT. So Saturday's going to be a real busy day for us to celebrate the day after Valentine's Day. And, Hamilton does just a great job of taking care of those kids in AQT from the lunch standpoint. And just it's a really neat competition. I've never gone into a room because they break them into different classrooms.
Sure.
I've never gone into a room, but I do listen to how they all hang out and spend time together in the cafeteria. So hats off to AQT. It's been a great season, and we're looking forward for next one.
And maybe one of the things we do over the summer is we do a little promotional video or interview, you and I, on looking for AQT members that might stumble across. And
I'm in.
I'm in. And just trying to promote what a great thing that is for all schools and anybody that's interested.
Absolutely. And Coach Mulholland, he talked about it at the senior night. He's like, the benefit is he has these students in his AP US history, or the lingo our students use, A-push. We call it A-push around here. He has these students in his class, and that's how he grabs them out of that class. He's like, hey, you're joining AQT. And then they're all like, well, I don't have anything else going on this winter. Sure, I'll do that. So let's keep it going.
Yeah, it's great. Let's good luck to them. Let's dive into the pool and talk boys and girls swimming.
Yeah, we had a great opportunity this past Friday and Saturday. Coach Gary Tamaris is our tournament manager for Division I, Division II sectional swimming that we host here at Princeton. And just a quick shout out to every single one of our parents that volunteer their time and help us make that tournament so efficient. Hats off to our technology department. I don't really know, Rob, you're the technology guru or geek, if you will, for us, but they put that stuff on and people can stream it. And we have it streamed in the coaches and officials room so people can watch. They put it on the TV monitors all throughout the building. So if you're a parent that can't get into the seating area, you can watch it on screens. We just try to make that event pretty darn special, and it's huge. And so
it's a
hats
huge
off
event.
Hats off to the Lakota East boys and the Indian Hill boys and D1 and 2 and St. Ursuline and Seven Hills and girls D1 and 2 respectfully for claiming team sectional championships. But I do want to how exciting it is for our Viking swimmers. We all three of our relays and Seth Finnerty in the 100 made it out in the 100 freestyle.
Great.
And our relay teams on the boys is Jamison Holloway, Maurice Holloway, Max Schutte, Seth Finnerty, Nathan Young, Austin Young, and Noah Hardman. Coach Mickey Albus and Coach Reese are doing some things in that water. And to be able to get all three relay teams and an individual out of an extremely tough event and get us up to Oxford this week for district swimming, that's really awesome. And so we're super excited about that. I was texting the coaches this morning. We're going to start working on our details on what we need to do for Miami this week. But big go Vikes for our swimmers this weekend.
Excellent. Congratulations and good luck up in Miami. We've got 2 minutes to wrap up wrestling and competitive cheer.
Well, I'll go competitive cheer first, Coach.
Yes.
They took off last Friday and headed to Orlando, Florida, and competed in the nationals down there. A ton of GMC schools were present: Sycamore, Mason, us, Oak Hills. Great experience, great opportunity. They did not advance, but Coach Landon Zellers put the performance on Facebook. And I mean, I'm telling you, they were champions in my book. I mean, they looked fantastic. The part. And when you talk about that kind of stage, that kind of venue, but more importantly, year one, first time we ever have done it. You know, super proud of our Viking cheerleaders, super proud of what they're doing. On the mat itself, we had an unbelievable try here last Wednesday with Turpin and Kings. Okay. And the Kings and the Turpin coaches said to me afterwards, we need more of these tries like this. Our kids need these matches. We are seeing some great things in Viking wrestling right now, both on the boys and the girls. We head to the GMC this week. Boys at the GMC at Middletown this week. And the girls, we're starting something in the league. It's called the All 10.
Okay.
Because girls wrestling is not a full-fledged GMC sport yet, but all of our schools have it. So we're going to start creating those pathways for them. Looking forward to that. And then obviously looking forward to next week, the sectional. So Coach Powell has those kids ready to go, and we're really looking forward to seeing what happens individually, because now we're going to start putting those kids, how are we going to get the 106 out in the districts? How are we going to place them and move them forward? So looking forward to that strategy and what he's going to do.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck to all the Vikings this week as regular seasons wrap up and tournaments start. Good luck to them. Thank you for your time. We'll touch base Monday, March 31st to do our first spring show. Maybe we'll do a little wrap up on how the winter ended. Thank you as always, Joe. Have a great week and all the best.
Thank you, Rob.